Hi, welcome to Mid-American Gardener. I'm Jen Nelson, sitting in for Sandy Mason this evening, and we've got a great panel of experts here to answer your gardening questions. And let's go around the panel and meet who's here tonight. First, we have Mike.
Hi, my name is Mike Brunk. I am the Urbana City arborist, and I know a little bit about trees and turf and maybe some other perennial plants. And I have a write-in question from Juliana from LaPorte County, Indiana, and she has a magnolia, and she asked me to share some tips on pruning magnolia. She apparently purchased a plant that was identified as a Royal Star magnolia with the expected dimension of 5 to 10 feet. Instead, the magnolia is now 20 feet tall, at least 15 feet wide, and the flower looks more tulip shaped, so she probably got something other than a star magnolia. She wants to know, is there any way to set up an annual pruning schedule after blooming to reduce and maintain into a much smaller bush? Perhaps a 3-year rotation, pruning a third of the branches to the ground, like you'd prune a bridal wreath spirea, or just prune individual branches each year. Well, no, there really isn't. With any plant, it's hard to maintain it in a shape that's not its natural habit, but especially with magnolias, they just don't like pruning very much. So wounding a magnolia, they don't heal very well, and if you're trying to size this thing down to a natural size, it just wouldn't be recommended. I don't think it would survive very well. So your best recommendation, depending where this is 2 choices. If you can live with it growing larger than you wanted it to, then that would be your first choice. But if it's in a space that's just outgrowing the space and you really need something smaller, fortunately I think your only solution is to remove it and to start over with the proper plant. Unfortunately, I think she got the wrong tree.
Yeah, that's what it sure sounds like.
Yeah.
But good tips, good tips. Yeah, it's really hard to try to keep something small. You're always fighting Mother Nature.
Well, it is, yeah.
So thanks, Mike. And next we have Kelly.
Hi, my name is Kelly Alsop, and I am a horticulture educator, and I serve Livingston, McLean, and Woodford counties. And my specialty lies in greenhouses, plants, house plants, and I have an opinion on just about a wide variety of things, but I got a really cool question today to answer. It is about sweet yellow clover and crimson clover, and is this invasive in Illinois? Eric kind of compared it to kudzu, and would he recommend planting it for pollinators? Well, for those of you who don't know what kudzu is, it's a horrible invasive plant in the southeast portion of the United States. However, we do have it in Illinois. It is around, but has not become as much of a problem for us just yet. But as far as sweet yellow clover, this is a biennial, and it does escape into prairies. It does actually feed a lot of bees, but I would not recommend planting the yellow sweet one because it can, like I said, show up in prairies and become somewhat of an issue. The crimson clover, they're not quite as aggressive as the yellow sweet, and a lot of people use the crimson clover as a cover crop, which means they'll plant it in their garden in the late fall, and as the winter comes in, it'll die out. In the spring, it'll start growing back. In the summer, it'll bloom. And it really adds a lot of nitrogen to the soil. So it's a really great way of remediating soil, and you can find that cover crop on the internet everywhere. And it too attracts a lot of bees. So both of these are great for bees, but what I would suggest actually is purple prairie clover. It's a low-growing, bushy perennial, about 3 feet, and it attracts not only honeybees, bumblebees, beetles, hoverflies, and small butterflies. So if you wanted to plant either one of these, I would plant the crimson clover or the purple prairie clover for the bees.
Great. Good answers, and gives people something to try in their own yard. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.
And next we have Jim.
I'm Jim Appleby, and I'm an entomologist at the University of Illinois, so I deal with the insects and mites attacking trees, shrubs, and flowers. We got a voicemail here from Jim at Naperville, Illinois. He's got a problem. He says he has a problem with thrips. How can I get rid of thrips? He has these hibiscus of all sizes, and he says the thrips invaded and ate everything. What bothers me a little bit about the word ate, thrips generally distort the petals, or they actually discolor little spots, discolor the petals. And as this photograph shows here, you can see the distortion on this plant. This is caused by thrips, but they don't eat, like consume like beetles would or caterpillars would do. So I'm sort of wondering if you actually do have thrips. What I would suggest is you take a photograph and or take it to your local extension agent and see, get their opinion to see what you might have.
Yeah, this is one case where a picture would tell us a lot
sure would
more.
help.
But good information. Before we get into callers, I want to remind everyone that if you don't have, if watching the show is just not enough Mid-American Gardener, tune into the podcast. Episode 10 of the podcast is available now, and the guest this week was Jim Schuster. You can watch or listen to the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, or NPR One. Anytime you get a hankering for some more Mid-American Gardener, you can tune in. Let's go to callers. On line 2, we have Gary from Green Valley has a question on petunias. Go ahead, Gary.
Excuse me. Yes, on my petunias, my wave petunias, I'm starting to get some of the branches or some of the stems that are getting long and kind of scraggly. They still have leaves on the very end of the stem and flowers, but can I cut those off and will new shoots come up yet?
Yeah, I would go ahead and cut them back. Panelists, what say you?
When I grew them in the greenhouse, I always had to fertilize those petunias to keep them blooming. And even the baskets, after a while, it'd be all stringy and there'd be like little flowers, and we just cut them back and fertilize them again. And they'd come
and they're
right
fine.
back.
I usually do the haircut thing,
Yep.
and mine about mid-July, I cut them back pretty hard. And it's hard to do because if you see flowers on it, you just don't want to cut them, right? But do it and throw some fertilizer, like Kelly said, and you should be happy. So hopefully that helps you out.
That certainly does. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Gary.
You bet. Bye.
Okay, on line 4, we have Charlie from Sherman has a question on bees.
Yeah, I have a lot of plants around our log home out here in Sherman, Illinois. And we've noticed recently, over the past couple of years, a lot of huge bumbling bees. And they seem to be drilling into the log parts of our home, creating like little drill outs. I'm wondering what we should do.
Well, what you have is carpenter bees, and what they'll do, they'll actually make holes in wood. If you have wood that's been recently painted, I think they will avoid those kind of, are stained. I have a wood siding on my home, and I see them coming around trying to make that hole where they will actually lay egg in that hole, and larvae will develop in there. But they don't go onto any recently painted or stained surfaces. So I think what you really need to do is get some stain or paint on the wood, and then you won't have that problem.
It's great advice, but we've had this going on for so long. And sometimes they'll drill above like the barbecue grill, and then we'll have sawdust all over our decks.
Again, though, what is the surface? What kind of a surface are they getting in? Was that area painted or stained?
Well, it was years ago.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You really need to repaint that or restain that area.
So what do we do about all the holes that are existing now and all the bumbling bees that we have now?
Well, eventually, I think they'll get discouraged with once you paint it or stain it. And again, you can get what do they think it's called, wood putty, that you can put in the holes, and that's simply to cover up the holes that you can get. As I think it's called wood putty.
Okay.
But the fact is, you need to discourage them by painting or staining that wood.
And they're tenacious, and I think you have to be tenacious as well
Yeah.
with filling
Yeah.
the holes and
Yeah.
freshly painting some of those or staining some of those areas.
You know, Mike, I had a couple of them, and I hate to say that I killed some of them, but I just used a fly swatter.
Yeah, they don't go
Well,
away.
that's what we were thinking. That's what we were thinking. We've got dozens of them floating around the front of our house, and there's all these little holes up in the roof of our deck. And I thought, well, maybe we swat them down and kill them, but I hate to do that.
Well, I did too, but I mean, I really think that's what you need to discourage them by putting on some type of paint or stain.
Okay, well, that's great advice, and I've heard the same thing, that once you paint it, they'll leave it alone. They really like the raw wood.
yeah.
So, yeah, you've got a project on your hands. We're going to switch gears a little bit and remind our viewers that the Mid-American Gardener bus tour is taking place on Saturday, June 9th, and fans are going to have the opportunity to board a bus for a day of garden fun at the beautiful 79-acre St. Louis Botanical Gardens. This wonderful tour includes a stop at Aldworth's Garden Center for some shopping, admittance to the Botanical Garden, lunch at the Sassafras Restaurant, some time to explore the gardens, and interaction with fabulous master gardeners. So you can't get much better than that. This garden trip is available as a thank you for a donation of $150 or more to Illinois Public Media, and that's just $12.50 a month. There are only a few seats left, so please visit will.illinois.edu/willtravel and reserve your spot today. Okay, let's go back to some callers. We have on line 5, Edward from Champaign has a question on killing Canadian thistle. Hi, Edward.
Hi there. I've got Canadian thistle. I want to know what's best for killing it, Roundup, 2,4-D, or something else.
Oh, this is a tough one. We deal with this at our house, and it is one that can have roots way down deep. I've read as deep as 6 feet. So does anyone have a magical
But
solution
you know,
here?
if there's not many of them, I soak the area, and a lot of times if you're patient enough and you soak it with water, you can pull that whole taproot right out.
With gloves.
Well,
Yes.
yes, with gloves.
Adequate
But
gloves.
you soak it right at the crown of the weed. You loosen around it with a weeder, and a lot of times you can just pull that out if you can get the water down right adjacent to the tap root.
Okay. We've done that. We've also just repeated applications of Roundup and just kind of try to sap its strength, eventually,
Yeah.
if you just keep at it.
Well, and a little stronger, like a 5% solution Roundup possibly, and even cutting the head of it off and daubing the wound with that 5% solution, like with a sponge dauber. Of course, wear your proper protective gear, but that's a little safer product than some of the other more volatile herbicides.
That is one of the tougher weeds. When you have it, it's one of the tougher ones to totally
And
eradicate.
they can start to spread, so it's good to try to keep control of those as you see them.
Yeah, definitely don't let it go to seed.
That the chemicals in Roundup and 2,4-D are both carcinogens and mutagenic agents.
Well, I don't know that any of us are chemists, but
No.
Roundup, I've been told and read, is like a very concentrated salt. But any herbicide or any pesticide that you use should always follow the label carefully and wear your protective clothing that it suggests to wear in using the chemical. But a garden hose and a weeder and a good stout glove is probably your safest bet if that's what you're worried about.
There you go. Okay, let's go to line 3. Sue from Urbana has a question on steppables. Hi, Sue. Sue? Hello?
Yes, I hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. A couple of years ago, they were in little pots, and they were called steppables. And I bought them to put like around some paths and stuff, and I am needing more, but no one seems to have them this year. And the one that I really liked, it looks like a little short sedum.
Is it time?
Oh, that's
different times and herbs.
That may be what it is, because the Steppables is just a brand that they sold a number of different species of plants under. So if you had a sample of the plant and took it to a garden center, I bet they could help you figure out what you've got.
Okay, because I've looked at ground covers and fairy plants and those kind of things, but I just haven't found it.
Go ahead and bring a sample of what you're looking for with you to the garden center, and I'm sure that a number of the bigger garden centers would be able to help identify the plant, or you could always go to your local extension office and Master Gardeners can give you a hand too with the identification, or send us a picture here at the show and we'd be happy to help you.
Or Jen, couldn't she maybe dig up pieces that had some roots on them
Yeah,
and
she could try to divide what she's got.
transplant them
Yeah, that's a
to
good
the
point.
new areas as they grow in?
That's a good option too, like Kelly said, try to split up what you've got.
Because sometimes plants get really, really popular and you find them everywhere, and the next year it's really hard to find a particular cultivar because we've moved on to the next
Big thing.
big, great thing.
Does that help, Sue?
That helps a lot. Thanks very
Great,
much.
thank you. Okay, we're going to go to line 2. Janet from Strasburg has pink poppy fungus. Janet, tell us about what you're looking at. Hi, Janet. Hello? Okay, we're going to go to line 4. Susan from Springfield is dealing with no iris blooming this year. So, Susan, what's your question?
I just wondered if there was a reason maybe why my iris didn't bloom this year. I got the leaves, but no stems and no buds, no flowers. And I usually get them every year, but this year, nothing. I got leaves, and that was it.
Did you divide them recently?
No, but I've lost a few, so I just kind of leave them to do what they want to do.
Okay.
They're not as plentiful, but I still have leaves, but no flowers.
Any thoughts?
I would think you still have time yet. Mine hasn't bloomed yet, but you know.
I guess it does depend what kind they are. I meant the bearded iris I've seen blooming all over town, but has Siberian iris bloomed yet?
Mine
No.
did. Some of mine did and some of mine didn't. So maybe it's just a little early to be worried.
It could be a crazy year too with this drought. I'm worried about a bunch of my plants.
We've lost a number of things at our house that would normally be totally hardy. So I could see maybe losing a bloom or two. So I guess we're just going to say wait and see, Susan. I'm sorry we don't have a better answer for you, but there's a lot of things we can just blame on the weather and just say wait till next year.
Is there any kind of fertilizer I should use?
Before I would do fertilizer, I'd make sure they're watered well. And anyone else want to add to that?
Well, too much nitrogen will do the same
True.
thing and keep
Yeah.
them from blooming, and you'll
Good
get a lot of
point.
foliage growth.
Good point.
I actually think we as a gardening society over fertilize our plants, and really, you have good soil and you water well and you don't see very many symptoms, then you probably don't need a lot of fertilizer. Now that's completely different for annuals. Annuals
Right.
are fertilizer; they want
Dependent.
lots of fertilizer, but when it comes to perennials, I see people over fertilize all the time, and that's when you get that lush growth and no flowers.
Okay. Well, let's just make sure they're well watered and well taken care of
Well,
this year.
and dividing, I think, is
Yeah.
a good idea. When would she do that?
Usually it's about August for most iris is when it's recommended. So that wouldn't be a bad idea either.
Sure.
Sometimes they get crowded and they stop blooming is one of the first symptoms that you see.
And you cut back that foliage, divide it, and it'll make it easier for it to go through the winter.
No, all good options, all worth a try. So hopefully that gives you a couple of different ideas. And why don't we go through? We have some more viewer emails that we can answer.
Sure, I've
so
got
Mike, what
a
have you got?
second one. I guess I started out the deal here. This one's on trimming shrubs and trees. That's a pretty good question. Carol is wondering if it's okay to trim these shrubs and trees, and she's attached some photos. We haven't touched them since we've moved here. They are just now getting up near blocking our view. There doesn't appear to be much green below the surface in these shrubs. Will trimming leave bare branches that get regrowth later? If okay to trim, is there a time of year best to trim? Well, what it looks like you have here is a globe arborvitae or a Danica arborvitae, and then the conical shaped ones look like Alberta spruce. And you know, with any of these evergreens, they need to grow a little bit, and the beauty of the globe arborvitae is its wavy look. So when you trim that, you're going to lose that. So that's unfortunate. And the Alberta spruce that look like they're creeping up to your window, you know, those are they're a slow grower, but they're going to get bigger. And to try to keep them below your windows, I think that shape, that conical shape, is not going to work very well. So I would say these aren't the best plants for under your windows if you want a view. You may want to think about putting in maybe a brownie eye yew or something that can be shaped and kept low. And your globe arborvitaes, you know, they look beautiful where they are. I don't know if they're going to block a view or not, but I wouldn't trim them either. So I guess my answer here for this question is I would not trim them. And I should say every evergreen, if you trim into the dead wood, it is not going to grow back. So you want to trim just a little bit. You don't want to get into the dead wood, and it does have to grow a little bit every year. So keep that in mind when you're buying these plants and the views that you may want to have down the road and your placement and everything.
It sounds a little bit like a different flavor of that magnolia question, that right plant for the right spot.
It is.
Whether it's going to grow to what you want.
Good point.
Yeah. So, well, thanks. Kelly, did you have another question?
Yes, Tara Considine, she sent in a picture to be identified, was wondering if this plant is native to Illinois. And, you know, being a horticulturist, always being sent pictures, I'm going to guess. I actually have two guesses. The first guess I have is wild indigo, which would be native to Illinois. However, if it's in your garden, it's probably a cultivar, and it actually has a gorgeous, beautiful blue or white blooms in the spring, and they turn into black seed pods. The other one that this could possibly be is bush lesbideza, which is an invasive plant and not a native plant. And this, it's not going to have, I mean, they're going to flower at the leaf axils, but it's going to be much taller, and it's going to be a little bit later on. So, again, it's an Achilles heel for us horticulturists here in the spring, where we're like, it could be this, it could be this. But if you could take a picture of the flower and send it to your extension office, we would know what it is right away by the flower. And so look up those two names, look at the flowers on the internet. Wild indigo would be your good one, your native plant, and then there's bush lesbideza, which it would be an invasive plant.
Well, and bush honeysuckle, right, is what most people would hear about.
Bush clover is what I've heard before.
Oh, okay.
Like lesbideza is the scientific name. Lesbideza.
I think we have time for one quick question. Jim, you want to go through yours?
Yes, we had an email from Neil, and he said he has these thousands of stink bugs coming into his home, particularly coming in probably by way of the chimney. So I think what I would do, I think probably what it is a brown marmorated stink bug, and you got a photograph there. This is a stink bug that's native to Japan, Korea, and China, and was first found in Pennsylvania in 1998, but now it's become quite common throughout the Midwest. We don't have too many in this state of Illinois yet, but particularly in northeastern Illinois, they have quite a few of them. Notice the shape of the stink bug, and it has those little markings at the edge of back at the edge, and then they have sort of light spots on the antennae. So those are the characteristics to look for, and they have a habit of coming into the homes during the month of October and September. They invade the homes just like the ladybird beetles. So he also asked if traps would solve the problem, and I would say no, they would not.
Okay.
So what you need to do is probably put some styrofoam and tape in your fireplace.
Try to block them out.
Try to block them out,
Okay.
as well as around the doors and windows and everything else.
Okay, good answer. Thanks, Jim. We've run out of time. We've had so many great questions tonight. If you didn't manage to get through with your question tonight, fear not. You can call our voicemail 24 hours a day. So when you wake up at 2 in the morning with that burning question, call 217-300-8224 anytime, and we will take your question for use on a show or maybe on the podcast. And get it answered. So thank you all for tuning in tonight, and I hope that you can get out in the garden and get some more questions for us for next time. Thanks for tuning in.